Everyone, and welcome to a new modern video. The deck I'm playing today is Mono Black Necrodominance. This is a deck that I got extremely close to register at the Pro Tour. I kind of got cold feet at the end when my Bant Nadu teammates had Vexing Bubble, which really wrecks you. That's the 1 mana new card. But outside of that, what does this deck do? This deck is a deck that I really like to play. Testing for MH3. Actually, as soon as Necrodominance came out, I got into Soul Spike. You know, the tweet I made about buy high never sell this card. Actually bought this way in advance and for just few euros. This card is very, very powerful with Necrodominance, and I'm sure I'm gonna show you today the combo with it. You have, of course, Necrodominance, drawing a lot of cards, and then you kind of gain life with Soul Spike, Martial Wretched Sorrow, and I also liked a couple of Sorin. Sorin acts like extra Sheoldred copies. What that means is that you go Necrodominance, and then the next turn you go Sorin, you gain some life so that you can keep on drawing cards with Necrodominance. Sometimes if your opponent burns you out, you can get into the spot where you can't draw anymore and you're kind of locked out. And that's unfortunate. This card is I wouldn't say it's very hard to play, but it's definitely like, you will lose games after you drew 10 plus cards, and you will feel like you messed up something. And that is definitely a feel of void that Necrodominance will leave you. Yeah, definitely not an easy feeling afterwards. Profane Tutor is an important card in order to get more copies of Necrodominance. Some lists, the one from Channel Fireball had the One Ring. Some lists, the one from Noamad didn't have Profane Tutor. Again, this is my list, the list that me, Willie Edel, and Marcio played at the PT. And eventually they chose to play it, and they did fine. I think they did 7-3 and 6-4. I only played this deck at the mocks, and then and went 6-3 as well, but it was definitely much different than what I have right now. 26 lands, 16 fetch lands, and 10 regular lands. We have 4 Malakir Rebirth, 4 Boggart Trawler, and 2 Fell the Profane. There's no Not Dead after all, because that's really not the goal of the deck. I mean, obviously, scamming grief is good, but it's not as good as in other decks where you have a lot of threats. This deck sometimes just go turn 1 grief scam, and then you just don't have that many creatures. So it is not that you can keep a hand with that. Anyway, a lot of our wins will depend on drawing or not Necrodominance. So yeah, on Mango's Workshop we did a Necro versus Nadu video the other day. That's coming out soon. I believe those two are the best decks in Modern right now. And we'll see what will happen after they ban Nadu, and pretty sure. So I read some tweet about banning Grief. I think the ship has sailed on the Grief ban. I think we'll leave with it for a while for sure. All right, hello everybody. Spice Lord for the 5th month. Hello, welcome, welcome. Okay, I'm on the play here. What's this hand do? It's a fine hand. It's a fine hand. Oh, I have the Signore Grande account. I had the cards for this deck, so I decided to play on my good old Signore Grande account. Excited for a new day of Magic Stream. Oh, actually, I have to change the MTG bot name because it's set up with the other account. Signor il Grande. Is it back? Nope. It's not there. Alright, I guess I'll have to do the record manual. There it is. Alright, put a multi 5 and reveal the Borrower of Destiny. Okay. Not the best hand against Tron. Tron is actually... The Trinisphere is very, very hard. Ooh, Carlos. Buongiorno. Trinisphere is very hard to deal with. Let's suspend Profane Tutor. Okay, opponent at least it doesn't have Tron on turn 3. And unfortunately, I don't have Necro this turn, so I have to pass. You're here to see how Soul Spike works. Alright. Opponent gets Yugin's Labyrinth, so they can go Yugin's Labyrinth, pitch Devour, and cast a 4-drop already. Let's see what happens. They pitch all this dust. And they play the One Ring. Okay, I'm gonna go Actually, Surveillant does nothing here because I have to shuffle my deck anyway. So I should probably not fetched. Yeah. Just gonna swamp here. Get Necrodominance. And draw. Okay. So, I don't think I want to go Necro, just because my opponent has the ring protection right now. I think I'm just going to play Sheoldred. There's a world where my opponent goes dual land, play Devourer. I think that'll be fine. I'm up against the One Ring and... What? Wow, that's because there was like an MTGO update. This is summoning sick. Huh. Summoning sick creature looks like this. Wow. Yeah, I don't love the One Ring in this deck. It's not a black card. I think 4 mana is already a little bit clunky. I have a lot of 4 drops. This was the list I and my team was bringing it. Was bringing. Okay, opponent probably has another Devourer. Maybe a Kozilek's command. Yeah, they do have Kozilek's command. Man, this looks so weird. I guess I'll be used to it after. Okay. What do I want to do? Opponent has 3 cards in hand. I think it's still, I think it's... So I could go Necrodominance here, but I cannot do too much with it. I feel like I just play another Sheoldred against the ring on 2 loyalty. On 2 counters. Definitely not great position to be in. I could have pushed an Eldrazi spawn. When I can use them to get back Devourer, for example. Ring is so good not to play it. Well, the player who got first in the Swiss didn't play Ring with this deck, so I wouldn't say necessarily that. Alright, so they play Devourer again. They can draw with the Ring. Opponent is on 13. They play Chalice on 0. Weird. Okay. Well, we can draw. Let's think about it. Let's think about it now. I think I'll take my turn. Let's see what I draw. I think I'm gonna go March here for 6. And then I'll play a Necrodominance. And draw the full amount. Ring also, like, it's not a black card. You can't pitch. You have Soul Spike and March. Not a fan. I've tried it. I tried it. I didn't like it. I'm gonna draw 20 cards end of turn. I win if I find 3 Soul Spike. Yeah, 20 cards. I find 2 Soul Spike. Let's see if there's more. There it is. All right. And let's start spiking you. 1 spike. Of course, Chison Zero does nothing. This card costs 7. 2 spike. 3 spike. And then I pass the turn. One is a 1 life. They have the ring with 3 counters on it. How do you gouge when to draw X amount of cards? It's just how do you play Magic? This depends. Okay. Now, post-Cyber, we have Dauthi, we have Dumping Sphere, and we have Break the Ice. As you can see, a lot of Cyber cards in this matchup. The bad ones are Sorin, Push, and March. To cut one more card. I can cut Profane Tutor. Inquisition, not amazing, maybe on the draw. Let's do this. Again, I did a lot of work on this deck. I like this list. Alright, this is a keep. Once again, Profane Tutor, very important to hit consistency of the deck. When is the next Modern Power ranking coming out? I don't do that anymore. Maybe after the ban we can see what happens, but definitely no need to do it now. The modern format is just waiting. It's in the waiting room. Okay, let's play a Raucous Theater, Surveil, Grief to the Graveyard. I don't think I need to play Grief now. Next turn I can go Swamp Dauthi Grief. A Vexing Bubble is very strong against this deck. Oh, opponent can already cast Trinosphere. I made a mistake. I made a mistake. I made a mistake here. I made a mistake. I was supposed to... Trinosphere is very powerful against this deck, and I should have always make sure it wouldn't come up online. Eh. I wanted to do the Dauthi Grief play, but I should have remembered. I mean, yeah. Classic. Not careful play there. Okay, I think I'm just gonna curve out Dauthi into Grief. What? Why Inquisition of Kozilek over Thoughtseize? You know, I actually was playing 4 Inquisition of Kozilek, 1 Thoughtseize for the longest of the time. Then testing it against Tron made me change 3 and 2. Basically, like losing 2 life of Thoughtseize means that you draw 2 less cards of Inquisition. That's a simple math. Very simple math and very true. Okay, opponent has 1 card in hand. Wow. It's like Thoughtseize reads that you discard a card that costs more than 3, but you draw 2 less cards when you play this deck. I think I'm just gonna go Grief. I know they have Devourer here, which they'll probably play, but there's nothing I can do about it. Yugi's Labyrinth is so powerful. Not only, adds 2 mana, it also saves a 7-drop from grief. And also Chalice on 0 is very powerful here, because I would have suspended this on turn 2. And I would have had it online this turn. But I tell you, whenever your opponent interacts with you with cards like Trinisphere, or even Teferi, Time Reveler, or Vexing Bubble, this deck just becomes worse, because what happens is that you act slow, and the strength of this deck is to act very quickly, to play like a lot of spells in the same turn. So whenever you slow this down, you know, there's a cost. That's for sure a cost. Unfortunately, I have Boggart Trawler over Fell the Profane right now. Boggart Trawler is very good against Flash, a card that was definitely super popular, so I was happy to have more cards for Flash. You enjoyed the full Legacy Tournament videos. Yeah, so the next ones, I want to try. We'll see what happens, but my goal is to do it at Poppergeddon, the full Legacy Tournament. Buongiorno, House of Mana. I'll definitely pause the Legacy one. Okay. Well, the goal here is that my opponent never really draws a payoff. I guess there is a Saga to draw. Yeah. Opponent is on 17. As I showed you last game, this deck does a lot of damage direct with Soul Spike. So we'll see. Does this deck ever draw Necro? Did you watch the previous game? Plus, my opponent here played Chalice on 0. If they didn't, I would have had Profane Tutor on turn 2. Opponent is on 11. I'm gonna play double Boggart Trawler here. Buongiorno, Daniel. I don't think I should care about exiling my own graveyard. Man, this thing is strange. It looks so strange, the Summoning Sickness. I gain 3 life up to 14. I have him play 12 damage, plus 4 of Soul Spike. And Soul Spike is guaranteed next turn. Either I draw a land or I draw a black card, and I can cast it. Wouldn't draw another land. Playing Snow Covered Waste is a mistake, by the way. You shouldn't play Snow Covered, because I have Break the Ice. The way you stop Break the Ice is by playing Waste. 100% a mistake to play Snow Covered. Let me think about this. If I tap with all... No, I'm pretty sure Break the Ice says non-basic, no? Am I wrong? Oh, never mind. I'm wrong. I guess... Yeah, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I thought it was non-basic. If I attack with all, what's my goal? What's my plan if I attack with all? They make a token. They block my 3 ones. They take 6 down to 8. Hmm. It's bad into Redain, I know. Yeah, I think I should just attack with all. There's not too much I can do, and I guess I can save one of my creatures with a Malakir Rebirth. Actually, am I dead on board if I attack with all? No, I don't think I'm dead on board. What's for blockers? I'm close to be dead on board. I probably am dead on board, actually. I'm sure they can grow the construct to a 7/7. I can get 4 life, but it's a 4/4. I was thinking about Soul Spiking the Devourer, but I think that's a mistake. Yeah, because then they have a cookbook to return the Devourer. In this game, the previous elements of my opponent stop me. Yeah, that's a 6/6, so I have 12 damage at the moment. They can go up to 13 if they tap the cookbook. Alright, he drew a spell finally. That draw only lands. What spell is it? Opponent, kill me, please. Let's go to the next game. What you have to do? Kozilek's command? Is that Kozilek's command? Alright, I don't want to play anymore. Let's go to the next game. It's game 3. We go to game 3 now. I'll bring back Inquisition. I'll cut Boggart Trawler. Unfortunately, the classic MTG bot doesn't work. Alright, hopefully we draw a third land. The fetch land, survey land will help me. I love this end. 3 Modern Horizons 2 cards. 2 Modern Horizons 3 cards. Yeah, you definitely overload in this matchup. It happened to me a lot that I overload break the ice. I've done it at least 2 or 3 times. And I think that whenever I did that, I was always leaving the waste in play. I guess, yeah, we didn't read this card properly. Alright, that's a third land. My opponent now has the Stone Brain, but we'll set them back with this play a lot. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to lose once you cast this into Necrodominance. And it's very important that the first Necro doesn't draw too many cards. You have to be light with the first one. I think I'm just gonna do 3. Oh, Soul Spike. Cool. Because the first one has to be like not too much. Alright. They Stone Brain me. Let's see what they take. Erga, thank you for the 21 months. Thank you, thank you. Let me lower the sub sound. Alright, what did they name? They named Soul Spike. Okay. Gonna go to end step, and I'm gonna draw probably 6 cards. Discard 2 lands. I mean, obviously, you should think a little bit deeper about how much to choose. I'm just kind of playing quick as a streamer, but I think the mistakes that you do with this card is definitely thinking that you need to draw too much, or thinking that, yeah, stuff like that. Especially without the swim spikes. All right, now I can't play. I can't play Grief because they have protection, so I'll definitely go Sheoldred. And now that we have Sheoldred plus Necro, I can draw 13. If I draw less cards, I couldn't have drawn 13, you understand? Of course, we don't have Soul Spikes, my opponent Stone Brain them. So yeah, we have Overload, Break the Ice next turn. Okay, what's my hand looking like next turn? I definitely want to have Break the Ice. Just one probably will be enough. So I'll keep Swamp, Sheoldred, Break the Ice, Orc. Do I want Grief? Yeah, I don't take Orc. And like again, if you draw a lot of cards at the beginning, and then you arrive casting Sheoldred, that you can't draw 13. And that's the same thing for not playing Inquisition of Kozilek. Or, all these effects. You arrive to the point where you draw less cards, and that's bad. When it taps 5, what is it? But again, this deck, I've played this deck a lot. Definitely regret a little bit not having played at the PT. As you always do when you lose. You always regret having done a different choice. Especially since actually it didn't do well with Nadu. I got paired against off-meta decks who had Blood Moon, which I was not prepared for. So Blood Moon does not do much against this deck. Okay. You want to exile this creature, make 3 tokens. We're gonna just overload, break the ice next turn. I also have Profane Tutor. I guess I can get a Grief, maybe? Yeah. I'll take, if they have the counter spell, the Warping Whale. Alright. I'll discard the map. And now I'll overload. And I'll Grief. course, I had to take a screenshot, you know. And then I don't have to deck myself. That's the only limit I have. The deck is the limit right now. Screenshot secured. Yeah. Even got Dumping Sphere just in case. Oh wow, they drew Dismember. They're back in the game. Where are my orcs? No, opponent conceded. Alright. Okay. Oh. Another debate, tension debate we had was about Pyrexian Tower. Marcio and Willie loved Pyrexian Tower. They were playing one. I disliked it, and I was playing Spymaster's Vault instead, which they didn't like. Mostly it's just the tension of 3 swamps to cast Necrodominance. Pyrexian Tower was you know, was only good if you add Grief or Orc, and sometimes you had Grief, but you know, I don't know. It was I never found it too great, but I did found it that it lost me 1 game. So my oh wow, mirror match. Okay. Mirror match is obviously, as you might think, all about Necro. It's all about Necro. But actually, you get into the spot. I tested a mirror match as well. You got into the spot where both of you have Necro, and it's actually super interesting. Like it's very close game. Yes, I like Profane Tutor in the deck. If I didn't like it, it would have been in the deck. No, that's not true. But this thing is that often my videos are net decking, but often are just my own decks. And this time is my own deck. Doesn't it feel like offers mirror? I don't know what that means. Offers mirror. I don't remember much. Hmm. Um, there's definitely a risk of casting Inquisition, and the risk is my opponent doesn't have any 3-drops. But I'll still cast it. Yeah, exactly. Wow, what an awful end. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna do my own thing here. Let's see, I'm at 12. Definitely need to draw a land, some lands to cast Sheoldred. Or March to kill Grief also works. I think I want to take damage from Grief, though. I don't feel like pitching Sheoldred. I got a 9, but the March will give me some life back. Ooh, Pyrexian Tower. Hmm. Prussian Tower is good. My opponent is gonna make me unable to gain life with March by sacrificing their grief. I'll do that in upkeep. So if they have the scum effect in hand, at least they don't hack me. Although I hope they don't have it. Yeah, they do that, so they deny me the 2 life, which is definitely important. Alright. I'll go to 6. And I'll play Shelly. Nice, they don't have a removal spell in upkeep. They're dead on board if they don't. Yeah, their hand was incredibly bad. The One Ring obviously being very awkward, not being a black card. Don't always think that, oh, you have the scam, you win. That's just not magic. That honestly that never has been magic. Unless you play like, I don't know, a combo deck and and your opponent draws very poorly. Okay, the mirror match. Now, actually there's nothing in the cyber that I like. Dauthi Voidwalker is not very good. I'll just submit back the deck. Sorin isn't very powerful, but I think it's still better than Dauthi. That was a legacy game? Yeah. I mean, obviously Team Challenge Fireball tested a lot. They all come up with a list with 4 rings, and Seth Manfield top-8 with it, so I'm not gonna say that if you're playing their list, you're 100% doing wrong. I just say that I prefer this. Alright, this is not great, but playing against a deck with 10 Discard spell, I'm not gonna mulligan a hand with 3 lands 4 spells. Dauthi steals ring. It doesn't actually steal anything. It's just like a million removal spell, and it's just not ideal, I think. Okay, Profane Tutor is very good. I think I'm gonna go Inquisition again. Last game I was burnt by it. This game I'm not gonna be. Yeah. Okay, so let's think about this. This is a land. But Bowmaster is actually very good against this deck. Because it stops Necrodominance. What's maybe about Esper? I mean, whenever I try Esper, I'm not in love with it. I'm sure that people have won a lot last weekend with it. It's not a deck that I value very high. No, Soul Spike's not worth, I think. It's not bad my opponent's an aggro deck. I just play a random 3/2 menace. Like, this thing is, yeah. It's not it's not that important, grief. And if it pitch 3 cards for 1, I think it's bad. I made a mistake. I shouldn't have played this because I have Profane Tutor. I wasted my top land. And not like their grief is in the stop, you know? I put us 2 cards in it. One is Soul Spike. I think I'm still. Where do we want to go here? Face or grief? I think face. Going grief doesn't make any sense. These are removals, but I just do the pre-combat. And now we win because of Profane Tutor. Again, I'll repeat it. Scamming Grief is not a good play. It's fine. It's a fine play. It's a fine play. But it's not. It's not that, oh, you have Grave Scam, you have to keep. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. And often, sometimes with that deck, like last hand for my opponent, for example, you just do Topland, Malakir Rebirth, Malakir Mire go, instead of Grave Scam with Malakir Rebirth. Because you actually need more lands than you need the Scam play. Not because the Profane Tutor, I'm going to get Necro and put it into play. The game isn't over, but I'm definitely ahead. I guess I'll play Swamp instead of Fetch Land. Every life I take from Fetch Lands is bad. And I want to draw very little. I'm going to draw 5. And now Sorin can flip next. That's not true. I don't have a double black card. Because I don't have a draw step. I'll play Sorin. I'll play... Remember they have Soul Spike, so I'm not going to take too much damage. I think I'll also play Boggart. No Extort. Remember, Sorin only flips in second main. I can't go Soul Spike and flip it. I'm gonna draw a tiny amount. Probably just 3, actually. Yeah. And pass. There's a 5 cards in end. And next turn, I want to wait until I can flip Sorin to shoot. I tell you, I tried the list with the ring. It just doesn't go too well with Soul Spike and March. Because you want to draw a lot of colorless cards. Plus, it's a 4-drop. You already have 4 Sheoldred. And also, you are cast Grief a lot. Because I very rarely do that Malakir Rebirth play, so you actually are cast Grief in this deck. Yeah, that changed Summoning Sickness on Magic Online, yeah. Do I have any idea when the deck lists are back? Unfortunately, I don't. Thankfully, it was very lucky that the MTGO decklist crushed after the PT or during the PT, so I could still have content by taking the PT list, or, you know, my list from the PT. Once again, Profane Tutor just fixing the hand where you don't have Necro. Obviously, this card has problems, you know, Chalice of the Void, Teferi. It's not that this card is like Demonic Tutor. I would never say that, but it's still good. Plus, like, it lets you have Necro on turn 4, and Necro on turn 4 is actually better than Necro on turn 3, because you have 1 mana up to go March. End of turn. Oh wow, Elephant untapped. I guess they have tuned the narrative. I think my play here is Malakir Rebirth tapped. Again, I don't care about scamming. That's not too important. My opponent plays Teferi in their deck, and I just top deck Necro. Well, I had the Necro in hand already. Did I have always had it? I think I'm just gonna still do this, because playing Sorin just dies to the Galvanic anyway. So I suspended my Profane Tutor, and often what happens in this matchup is you get Profane Tutor to get Grief, and then you can resolve Necro. So now I'm gonna jam my first Necro. Yeah, lost. That's correct. Opponent lets me go to end step. I'll draw a little, like 3. Perfect. Grief, very important. Then I got to discard. Opponent goes Teferi Bounce Necro is really annoying. But we can beat that. We can go maybe March on Teferi, Grief, Necro. I don't wanna discard event size any Necro. This card is too important. My opponent may be answering them all. They play the Arena of Glory. That's not Javier's list. Hello, Bayan. I'm gonna get Sheoldred and put her into play with Profane Tutor. And then I can already draw a lot of cards with Necro, but we will see what happens. But yeah, Profane Tutor, very strong, obviously. When it works, you're playing Demonic Tutor. It doesn't get much better than that for a magic card. Problem is that it sometimes doesn't work. So I can't Grief because they have protection. I go to end of turn. I don't think they play Solitude anymore. So I'll be fine to draw a bunch of cards. But not too many, because I don't want to end my deck. Remember, I can't play Soul Spike end of turn. So I'm just gonna draw like a very small amount. I think 4. Didn't find a land. I'll discard 1, 2. Oh, actually. Let's go like this. Could have drawn more. I mean, there was no risk in drawing more. I don't even lose life. I gain life. It's just that deck size actually matters in this matchup, and my hand was already good. But maybe I should just needed to draw land. Although, did I? I don't know how much I did to draw land here. Wrath of Disguise. Okay, so they kill all my permanents. Because they have the energy from Tune the Narrative. And they draw off the ring. They can have Force of Negation. This is definitely going to be a hard game, but now... Alright, let's start with Inquisition. And then I go Grief. And then I go Necro. Oh, wow, they do play Solitude. Okay. So it's a different list. Despota, buongiorno. Alright, so my goal here is to draw probably 19 and try to hit 3 Soul Spikes, just like I did against my previous opponent. Okay, so I think I want to discard Tune the Narrative, followed by Invert Polarity. So I'll go Grief, Pitch March. I want to discard Tune the Narrative because they made Tune the Narrative into Force of Negation. Caparats. Yeah, I think I'll take Invert Polarity. Everything else, I think it's manageable. Then I'm gonna go Necro. Like, again, the problem of not drawing that many cards last turn is that I would have gone to, let's say I draw a lot of Soul Spike last turn, I can't cast them. I found myself in a very awkward spot where I need to keep Soul Spike, but I also need to keep Interaction plus Necro, you know? So that's why I drew very little, despite having Sheoldred. But now I draw 19. I go to 1 life. And let's see how many Soul Spikes I have. 1. Only 1. Unfortunate. And this could be the end. Unfortunately, there's not much you can do about when these things happen. Anyway, I have to keep... what do I keep here? I always keep a Boggart Trawler. I usually write down my perfect hand before looking at my hand. A perfect Boggart Trawler. What else do I want? It's gonna be very hard, very hard to win this game now. Boggart Trawler, probably Swamp. Hmm. March, Orc, Lone Sorin. No one Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize is risky, right? Because they, yeah. I don't want Grief. Maybe 2 Orcs. Okay. So 2 Orc, yeah. Usually, whenever you have like infinite cards in hand, you just think about how do you sculpt your hand. When it draws 3 for March, they're at 7 life. They can kill me with 2 Flage. Play 1 Flage, put me down to 2 life. Actually, I died to Subtlety, but what was my out here? Yeah, I don't think I had it. I was just supposed to draw a bunch more with I was just supposed to draw a bunch more with maybe with the first Necro. Anyway, my opponent doesn't have a blue card for Subtlety, which makes me puts me alive. It puts me alive. I'm at 2 life. Do I want to go to 1? Probably. Um, I definitely want to have a Orcish Bowmaster. I guess I don't really, because I have Solitude. Maybe I'll just march my Trawler. Pitch my whole end. Yeah, I'll do that. Because I still have Soul Spikes in my deck. That's my goal here. That's my goal to find. They should have gone maybe Solitude, now that I think about it. Well, they didn't, so we're still alive here. Do I want to draw 6 down to 1? Maybe I can draw. So if I draw 6, there's a world where I win if I get 2 Soul Spike, and so 21 cards. I know there's 3 Soul Spike in it because I only drew 1. So it's actually likely that I draw 2 Soul Spike. If I draw 2 Soul Spike and 2 black card, I win. How many lands do I have in the deck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's actually a lot of lands in my deck, so it's very unlikely that I win. So I'm just gonna draw 5 here. I guess this way I die to exactly flash, but I think I'm desperate situation, so I am actually gonna draw 5. Very close to win. You don't want to go to 1 usually because of Sheoldred gaining something, but I guess I had only Soul Spikes in my deck, so. Do I want to Soul Spike now? Probably, right? My hand's quite bad. And I definitely want to resolve this. So I go to 6. They go to 2 life. I don't die to Flash. I was the Pro Tour, great. As always. Not sure what you mean, Kazmo. Opponent plays a new ring. Okay. This is the graveyard. This is the exile zone. Flash was exiled by Boggart Trawler. Yeah, I understand that magical line is confusing. Okay, well, I don't have a draw step. I'll probably don't want to play Profane Tutor. Just go to discard. Sorry, just go to end step. It's weird that they don't prismatic ending my Necro. How many cards do I want to draw here? Do I want to draw 2? 5, you say. I draw 5. I play Soul Spike. They play. I play Soul Spike. They play Counterspell, and we continue. Probably it's fine. Yeah, I'll go to 5. I'll go to 1. Sorry. I'll go to discard. There's 11 cards. There should be 2 Soul Spike in 11 cards. Do we care about Necro? I don't think so. Let me just make sure that's true. There's 11 cards. There's 2 Soul Spike in 11 cards. Yes. Okay. They don't draw off the ring. Opponent just draws and passes. I don't have a draw step. I need to do something. What do I do? I'm gonna go Grief. Pitch Thoughtseize. Maybe pitch Fell the Profane. Yeah, I'll do that. No, I'll pitch Thoughtseize. Could have also art casted it. They subtlety the Grief. Bottom. Then I want to play March on Subtlety. Pitch Fell the Profane. Do I want to tap more? Aspetta, cancel. No, I'm dead. I'm dead if I do this. I'm dead to a counter spell. What's my plan here? Is it Fell the Profane? Just tap 4 Fell the Profane? No. What if I go March, pitch, Sheoldred? That's probably actually the best line. I guess it doesn't matter that I die. I get locked out. So yeah, if they counter this, probably die regardless. Sheoldred does nothing though. Sheoldred actually does nothing. I think I'm just dead to a counter, and I just accept it. Sheoldred gains life when they solitude it. That's true. That's true, actually. Okay, no, it does something. Alright, 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 alright. Okay, then let's do this. Yeah, I mean, have solitude and prevent any. It's okay. No, gaining 4 life is huge, so it's good that I kept it. Kirby, check my YouTube video, top 5 decks in Pauper, on my YouTube channel. Andrea Mengucci. Alright, so I have no cards in it. My opponent is full information. Let's see what they come up with. Remember, my deck has 12 cards. In the top 10, there's at least 2 copies of Soul Spike. When it goes Solitude, pitch Prismatic Ending. You have new for modern video? Nice. Do you check the last ones too? Alright, I'm gonna draw 6. And now let's hope it works. If it doesn't work, I die. Easy. Surely they wait till upkeep? Then I gain life with Necro. Alright, GG. As always, when you lose with this deck, when you have Necro in play, it always feels like you could have done things differently. And I think that's a feeling that you'll always have. You'll always have a feeling with this deck whenever you lose. That you could have been a little bit more in control. Okay, I'm gonna bring in Tourach and Dauthi Voidwalker. Yeah, opponent had a curated end, I know, but it still feels like, we could have done something better. Okay, actually, I don't want to take. March isn't great. Maybe you can keep one Sorin, just one more life gain. This is very fun to play. Very fun to play. You actually have to think a lot. Usually, this discard spell deck we're pretty brain dead. You just discard our cards and attack with what you have. Whereas here, you really have to actually count. And again, you have this feeling of you lose, but you draw 50 cards. How did you lose? Well, you still lose. You still lose. I think this end is a mulligan. We don't have lands. We play 26 lands in this deck, but we don't have lands here. All right, keep a bottom march. Let's go. All right, fetch land. I mean, earlier against Tron, I did the same play. I was at 21. I drew 20 end of turn, and I drew 3 Soul Spike. Here I did the same, and it didn't work. And I think that's just the fail rate of this deck. You just accept it, I think. Boggart Trawler. You know what? I don't dislike that. I don't necessarily have to play next turn, but I can. Grief. What if I go tap and go here? Next turn I can go Grief and then Tourach. I can get Grief a counterspell. Taking Parlor is weird, because you have like counter... Okay, I guess makes sense now. Let's see what I draw. Do I want to go Grief, pitch Sheoldred? Yeah, I think so. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, inverse polarity. That would be nasty. That would be very nasty. All right, thankfully they don't have it. Wow. Okay, so I can take counterspell. Then I kick her to rack. Opponent plays counterspell. I sack my Dauthi and play their counterspell. But my problem is... Porca, ma come cazzo faccio a battere sta mano? How can I beat this end? Oh. All right, I have it. I just discard ring. Just discard ring. That dies. I connive. So spike is very bad. I think I'm Do I need more than 4 lands though? Is so spike really bad? Probably not that bad. Yeah. And I just attack and pass. Now my opponent can go flash. But then that means that tapped out, so I can resolve Tourach. They're 13 already. Let's see if they play flash or not. They can play flash on 5 mana. So next turn they play flash on Dauthi. And I guess then I'll play Orc, yeah. And I can also connive twice on the Orc. This land is very powerful. People are definitely missing out by not playing it. Do you not want the ring? My opponent has 2 counterspell in hand. Oh, you mean I play Tourach, they play counterspell, then I play ring? Maybe. I think they made a mistake. Yeah, they made a huge mistake here. They could have had Flage in the graveyard. Instead, it's exiled. Let's see if they want to play counterspell here. It makes sense they do want to play counterspell. I guess I could have played this in response to the Dauthi, so it would have been exiled. Yeah, that was a mistake. I should have waited. Sorry, I should have not waited. Doesn't matter too much. Maybe a little bit. But this goes Force of Negation, Sacred Foundry. So they still have a counterspell in hand. My question is, I want to go Grief. They have in hand, I think, Steam Vent's counterspell. Yeah, they have Steam Vent's counterspell in hand. Steam Vent's counterspell is in your hand. Right? Tourach can go up to 5. Grows the clock of 1. But I have to pitch Soul Spike, which also can grow the clock. So I think I'll just pass. My opponent hand is Steam Vent's counterspell. I clicked off of it. That's their hand. Okay, they drew Scalding Tarn. And I think I want to play Grief. The reason being my opponent plays counterspell so that if I top deck another threat next turn I can cast it. Through counter. In a Pluma land, you can definitely artcast the Soul Spike. Opponent fetches to Surveil, but also this way puts their clock. Oh, they don't have Surveil lands anymore. Okay. They drew Tune the Narrative, okay. Their hand is Steam Vents and Mystery card. They drew Teferi, but this has protection from white. They -3 Teferi, target nothing. Okay. If they don't answer this, they go to 4, which is a Soul Spike range. They play Aridimeza, so their hand is Steam Vents. Malakir Rebirth. Do I want to? This is the everlasting question that you get in this deck a lot. Do you want to play a 6th land, or do you want to hold it as a black card? I'll hold it as a black card. But if you draw a land, you could have played Malakir Rebirth as a land. But actually, it's funny because this scenario happens a lot with this deck. It really does. Where you have to decide whether to play a 6th land or hold the black card for Soul Spike. Gonna draw Scalding Tarn. They're dead. They have Steam Vents in hand. Alright. There's a lot of ways to play this game, especially with that Dauthi Voidwalker play. Opponent flooded out and died. We go to game 3. I have to take a bathroom break. I'll be right back. Okay, game 3. I have a 1-lander. I'm still gonna keep it. It gets better with the 2nd land. I have 26 lands in my deck. Like a control deck. I think I can take it. Not a good draw, Soul Spike here. Buongiorno, Binog. Oh, 2 Flash. That's annoying. Well. This hand is bad against Necro. Unfortunately, I don't have... I had Necro hand. I have a creature hand. Why don't I play Arena? I like Magical Line more. Land? Nice. Let's see what to do. I can go Dauthi. Dauthi plays very well into my opponent's Flash, so I'll just pass and play Orc. Are there plans for more vintage games? You mean on Mango's Workshop? There's plans for everything. The vintage game did so well that I definitely think a lot about it. The next video, the video that Tom is working on right now is Necro versus Nadu, the two broken decks of MH3. You couldn't find me? GG. Nowhere to be found. Alright, so here my opponent is gonna probably go Flash on Orc. And I think I'll just play another Orc. You found me? Nice. That was one of the goal. On Sunday I did the top 4 commentary booth, handing out boosters to everyone. It's always a fun thing to do. Oh, ending. Okay. 4 cards and then 2 of them are flashes. Sounds fun? It does, it does. The top 4 could have been better, you know? Could have been different decks. Man, so spikes so bad here. Why couldn't I draw you game 1? Why do I have to draw you all in this game where I don't have Necro? Ay, ay, ay. I think I'm gonna go Dauthi. Drop Tourach as a clock. Man, it's a 2-1. And they have Galvanic Discharge in their deck. Feels so bad. Yeah, we're gonna do a podcast on Friday with Javier Anthony and the Pro Tour champion Simon Nielsen. Let's see if they put into the stock correctly. They do. They do this time. I was hoping they wouldn't. Now eventually they would have got me with the second one. Yeah, their hand matched very well against mine, and also my draws weren't. Madonna mia. It's so bad. It's like I mulligan 3 times. Wow, spells near. Imagine if you pay 4 mana for a Tourach and they spells near it. It's over, it's over. There's no way I can compete. I mean, if they never draw land, they have Island Flash, Ring. There's no game here. Yep. Could have mulliganed, but I think that my starting end was decent. It's just that my draws were really bad, and that's okay. Yeah, you just accept it. Alright, immediately found our opponent. Let's go for round number 4 on the draw. Whenever you draw Soul Spike in your opening hand, is never that exciting. Ooh, Watergrave. Cookbook. Psychic Frog, Lava Spore Boots, Overchase Daredevil. So opponent has the combo going on. I think the Psychic Frog. Urza Saga. Good draw. It's gonna easily die to the construct now. Unless I draw Necro. And then I can be unfair in this game as well. Yeah, this Urza Saga is probably probably the best draw here. The construct will be like 8/8 next turn. What can I do? So if I make a construct, how big is the token gonna be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's an 8. I can march it for 2, 4, 6. Man, I also drew only lands since my opening end. Mengu, what happened to my deck? I think it's only because I took a bathroom break. The deck just forgot to come back. My hope is if they don't have a Shadow Spear in their deck, if they do, it's over. Let's hope they don't have a Shadow Spear. Ether Spell Bomb, okay. Alright, we're not dead yet then. I can chump it. Can chump it with an orc. Ooh, spell, witchy. Ah! Alright. Could have extorted. I mean, it's not that bad actually to not extort, because that means I get to surveil. I guess I didn't stop in end step? I don't know what happened there. Any plays available to me? Well, I can flip a Sorin and shoot face of a bunch of damage. Is that going anywhere though? How much can I shoot face? Not too much. I think I'd rather just play Grief and pass. They have 3 spells in end. And they're all very bad. Well, I think Pithing Needle. I can name the backside of Sorin. Man, if I didn't draw this saga, I would have done literally nothing the whole game. Not that I'm doing very much, so... Well, my plan here is to draw Necro. As start, I guess they have the food token. I can gain some life. What does Needle stop? Yeah. Buongiorno, it's Toots. Two, 14 life. 14 life. I'm gonna double chump. Draw Necro. Draw Necro has to be the start. Draw Necro. I concede. Scarf wins. I'll have some Dauthi as a graveyard hate. I'll have the engineered explosives as well. I don't think I want to break the ice. I cut Orc, even though they may play Orc. I cut one Thoughtseize. What else is there to cut? Maybe one push, one. I don't want to cut March. March is great. I cut one more Thoughtseize. Any decent Eldrazi deck? I'm not a fan of the Eldrazi decks. They're there's like some Tron decks did fine. Like my friend Calc did fine at the PT with Tron. I don't know if you say that. That's an Eldrazi deck. Outside of that, no. I don't think I've seen any good Eldrazi decks. Yeah, so in paper, when you play Pithy Needle, you don't have to necessarily name the card. You can also explain it. So you can say, like, I played a Pithy Needle and I name the back of the Sorin that you have in hand. And that's fine. Yeah, I mean, he does play Emrakul. But the Promise End, not the World Anew. Okay, this time I'm gonna Surveil. That's why I play Fetchlands. Also for Puddle Push, of course. Sure is good, but half I feel like I can just redraw, you know? I don't have a turn to play. Drawing Dauthi or Discard Spell would be nice. I can't really discard anything because they have an Earth, so I'm actually discarding an Earth. How have I been? Great. They play Psychic Frog. End of turn, I'll push it. Untap. Play Grief, pitch Grief. Then I'll play Necro and refill. But again, the first Necro doesn't have to be deep. Could probably draw 7 or 8. So I just play Soul Spike and discard a land. I think 7's fine, yeah. And pass. I'll suspend Tutor. And I think I can just play a Surveilland. I should play Surveilland first. Alright, didn't matter. I'm gonna draw something like 3 cards here only. Yeah, 3 cards and discard a land. That's probably gonna be my plan. I'll discard a... Do I need to trigger Revolt? Maybe. Maybe I need to trigger Revolt. Discard a Swamp, yeah. But then again, like, this game is a classic Necro game where you could have drawn much more than me. And probably you would have found, like, I don't know, better cards and you would have won this game. Or you can take it slow and just play it slow. Both strategies are viable, I think. That's scary. That is scary. Kappa Cannoneer, huh? Okay. We can... I think I'm gonna draw a few cards, like 2. Yeah. Okay, I was thinking about March on the Kappa Cannoneer. March Land, I can play Kappa. Kappa has word 4. But now I think I'm... Yeah, so let's think about it. I can go Sheoldred now and gain 10 life. And again, I can only do that because I drew so little with Necro, so I have a high life total, okay? That's important. But I'm also a little bit scared of the dying of Kappa Cannoneer. Because I can't march the Kappa. Because of word, as word 4. So what can I do? Ooh, get Sorin win. That's it. That's a strong suggestion. And that's actually a real or a true one. Yeah, I win the game with Sorin. You're right. Thank you. I guess I should have just looked at my deck. I would have realized it if I did. Yeah, so Sorin, play March. Yeah, Sorin wins 100%. Thank you. No, ho miscliccato. Ho miscliccato. I was about to play Sorin and I clicked 1 instead. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Alright, change of plan. Now I need to march Kappa. I'll play Dauthi. Actually, if I play Dauthi, I can't play Ward. I actually can't cast anything. I have to just go end of turn, March. Maybe March now and then draw. Or maybe... maybe just go to end step, draw down to 1, and then play March. Pitching all the bad cards. Yeah. Just Inquisition that... yeah. Then I... Punisher, thank you for the 9th month. End of turn, I draw... yeah. Down to 1. And then I play... did I draw Spike? No. I'll play March here. Exile cards from my hand. So I have to exile 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. How many cards do I want to leave in end? 3. I mean, I guess I can just exile more. Yeah, I'll do like this. So my hand will be at the end. The Soul Spike, Dauthi, Sorin, Soul Spike, March. Yeah. Cast. Top 1. Done. Pay ward. Yes. And go to discard. Land explosives. Okay. I'll play Sorin. Spike. Extort. Alright. Let's go game number 3. On the draw. Push is too good to cut. Man, it's really not that easy to sideboard in this matchup. It's like I won everything. I don't know. I don't love to cut Sheoldred, but I guess on the draw. Okay, this is a mulligan. This is very weak. This is also not very powerful, but I feel like I have to keep this. And I'll bottom. I think I'll bottom. Can I bottom Grief? It seems really bad in this hand. Vexing Bubble. Draw Malakir Rebirth. Good thing I bottom Grief. I'll play. Do I want to play Spymaster Vault? No, I'll play Malakir Rebirth. Spymaster Vault comes into play tapped for now, but maybe comes into play untapped later. Urza Saga. Super good, super good. Play Sorin. Oh wow, Metallic Rebuke. That's very annoying. Because Sorin would have been very important to me this game. I haven't played the Dimir Murktide now. At least though this game they don't have yeah, they don't have the cookbook combo to make the construct huge. Alright, I'll march the construct now. Let's see what I grab. Maybe cookbook to do the combo. Hello, Seto. I think Reckless Scam is not good. If you like to play black, net deck this deck, and maybe watch this video closely when it comes out tomorrow. You will like it. I'll go Trawler. I should have maybe gone Marsh Flats to Surveil, but I also want to discard. I want to connive next turn, so I'll hold the push. I'll hold the push in hand. I'll take the damage. Maybe we'll see. Wow. Actually, now if they discard Kappa Cannoneer, yeah, it means they have another one in hand. And he plans to try Jeskai Energy. Yeah, I played it in the PTQ on Sunday in Amsterdam. I'll play it in my video. I mean, I'll play everything. I'll play everything. Yesterday I posted a video about Boris Energy. Today I'll have the Nadu Trophy, the best deck in Modern. Waiting for its ban list. Ay, Kappa Cannoneer is arriving. Sabine. There's a new summon in sick. Yeah, whitening. I don't know how do you say that thing. Do I want to push now? If I push now, I don't have the connive. But I feel like I have to push so that if I top deck Necrodominance, I have more cards. Necro. Now, when people say that Nadu is posting Ogak type numbers, no, it isn't. Ogak only had one in the top 8 of the PT. Ogak had 54 win percentage. Nadu had 59. With 4 out of top 4 in the top 8. It's much better. It's like you can't compare them. One is much better than the other one. That was with Leyline being the most present card. Sure. I mean, everyone knew that Nadu was going to be the most popular deck. It's just that Nadu doesn't have a card like Leyline that hoses it. It's a better deck. Opponent attacks me. They have no cards in hand, at least. That doesn't mean that I'm winning. I'm certainly losing. Kappa Cannoneer is going to be hard to deal with. I don't think Necrodominance does much. What's my plan here? I draw Necro. But what's my plan if I don't draw Necro? I think I have to draw Necro and then we'll see. Remember this Vexing Bubble, eh? If I go Necro, it's just that the good cards are what explosives, which is the reason I'm playing explosive for Vexing Bubble. By the way, I can go top lane Necro, draw March, play a big March on Frog. I think that's my plan. I'm gonna attack with both, and then top deck March here, survive the Kappa, and then we'll see what happens. GP Barcelona, that was a Pro Tour. Let's say you know, competitive. There's not that much care for competitive Magic. At least let's say a Pro Tour. Not, you know, let's call the good name at least. Tourach won Pro Tour Barcelona. Yes. They take it. Okay. Do I play Boggart Trawler or not? I don't think so, no. Do I want to drop down to 1? Yes, I think I should. I just need to go as much deep as I can to find Marge. And once I find it, I don't find it. GG. GG. No, 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 no. Don't say Mythic Championship. Don't say that. Man, I still remember the meeting. I swear, I was there. I was there. So with the MPL, we had meetings. And there was one of these new guys that arrived during the esports era, you know, one of these big brain people. And they said, we're going to change the name from Mythic Championship to Pro Tour because the Pro Tour branding never worked. I swear, we all of us looked at in the eyes and be like, what is this guy saying? Pro Tour is the dream that makes people spend thousands and thousands of euro to buy a standard deck for one tournament, go to freaking random city, spend other thousands of euro to play a RC where there's not even a good program system to do pairings. You have to spend 13 rounds to play 8 rounds of Swiss. Just because people want to play for the Pro Tour. Yeah. Anyway, next match. Let's stop here. That was a bad time. It finished. New opening hand. My hand is weak, but I think I'm gonna keep it regardless. My opponent disconnected. Alright, I'll take this moment to go to the bathroom. Okay, let's start. I put a multi 4. 4. It's very few cards for. Fourth land. I can do without it. Riostrad. Thank you for the 100 cheers. What's my opponent on with that Polluted Delta? What are they polluting here? Psychic Frog. Remains to be seen if it's a fair deck or an unfair deck. It's an unfair deck. Play Backstreet and pass. One and may give it fly. Is that Shadow no longer good? I think it's been a while since it has been good, yeah. I think since the ban of lures. But it can give the Psychic Frog fly. There was a line where actually I couldn't play Boggart Trawler. Does that give you one? Satoru the Infiltrator. Okay. Okay. I think not much to do. I'll just play Shelly and pass. Simple plan for simple deck. Unpotion, thank you for the 10th month. Welcome. And next turn, Sheoldred plus Sorin, flip Sorin automatically. Not automatically, you need to either attack or cast one spell. Because you draw step 2 life, and then you need 3 to flip Sorin. Turu. Necrosis. It seems so. Oh, I'm gonna attack me with Satoru. What's their plan? I don't know. I'm too curious. I want to find out. Guys, what do you think? What do you think they have? I think they just have Ephemerate. That's what I think. Let's see what they have. I knew it! If I wanted to steal 2 damage. You don't come here to my house to steal, opponent. You take 2 damage, not me. I posted a Merfolk League last week. Did you find out? Did you check it? Right, let's go with Thoughtseize and Extort. What do you got? Ooh, 2 Giorgio's Vengeance? Huh. Okay. Giorgio's Vengeance. I'll attack with Sheoldred. I flip Sorin. I -1 and shoot Satoru. I have another spell. Okay, shoot I shoot Satoru. What else do I want to do? Do I want to play another Sorin? Yeah. They take 2 to go to 5. I'll play a Sorin, I'll play a top land. Let's click on this link. What you got? Okay, my opponent draw card, took 2 damage. Oh, they have Ephemerate, but it stayed exiled. Let's see what I draw. They play Ending on Sorin. Does this trigger also on Planeswalker? Oh wow, it does. I didn't know that. Psychic Frog triggers also on Planeswalker. Them drawing a card with second frog, lose them to life. Babine. We got Dauthi. We got. That's it. I'll take out orcs. What else? Sheoldred. Let's go. What's the best home for frog? Legacy. Dredge or Dedge? What's a Sundial of the Infinite? 2 mana artifact. Until end of turn, activate this ability. Sorry, what is it? Activate end of turn, activate this ability only during your turn. Why only 3 Ajani? Ajani is actually a good card. The other cards are much worse than Ajani. Like, Felia is much worse than Ajani. Why would you play only 3? Is that because you only own 3? Tell me the truth. You can tell me the truth. Buongiorno, Giulio. Oh, the campus is Sundial. Ah, it's okay. I don't play those decks. I don't do these things. Yesterday I already played with Felia. It was enough. It was enough 2 mana 2/2 for the month of July. This is a 2 mana 1/4 closing power level. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you saw it. I'm going to Berlin next week. We're doing the best legacy deck of all time series. My 2 decks of choice are Grixis Delver 2018 and Mono White Adventurer. Actually, I have them built. I have to sleeve them. Alright, interesting hand. I'm gonna keep it. Hopefully I draw some more lands. This deck plays 26. Oh no, I don't click a link and see what I think. That's not the Mango stream. I click on that link as a player. Alright, what do I do here? I think is just take a clean 5 damage on turn 1. And let's see. Va bene. I'll take Satoru. And you can go. Satoru. And then maybe I can go Grief. There go Solitude. That's a win. Which store do you recommend in Berlin? I remember I played a pre-release once in a store, which is an experience I don't recommend. Going to do a pre-release in a different language is an experience that I don't recommend. What if I go Grief, pitch Sorin to discard Ending? Yeah, all the cards in German. I got a headache even before starting. I played first match and then I dropped. Yeah, there's Flesh Hulk, yeah. I mean, they have the list of decks in their YouTube channel. Yeah, perfect. As I said, I couldn't have asked for a better outcome, yeah. 3 for 2 is exactly what I wanted out of this grief. Oh wow, that must mean they have 2 lands in hand. Okay. I guess it's not a 3 for 2 anymore. I'm gonna suspect the Solitude now. I need to so you're gonna suspect the Solitude. Boom. You 3-2 flash. Lifelink. Too good. I gotta pick 3 cards for it. Yes, I found the Mystic Gate. And I played it on Sunday. No, vabbè, t'ho peccato Gorio. So how did you put Atraxa in the graveyard? Did you surveil to the graveyard? Did you just surveil Atraxa and top that Gorio? Judge, I request an inspection of my opponent deck for excess of luck. That was, yeah, straight up nothing, and you put into play Atraxa and Dragoria? Yes. Alright, I guess we lose. You did pre-release in Vienna and surprised the cards were in English. Yeah, that's surprising. I guess education in Austria is high enough that even children know everything in English. So what did you choose? So they chose Marshfloss, Grief, Thoughtseize, Celestial Purge. Do I actually go Soul Spike on Solitude now? Children Cantor for magic cards? Nah. Pre-release is fine. I don't think there's plenty of children on the pre-release. Anyway, so your hand is what? A land, a purge, and another land. Yeah, I'm actually doing the play that Twitch chatter recommended. Soul Spike on Solitude. That person just saw the future. Wow. How did you see that far into the future, opponent? Alright, so opponent has Celestial Purge and 2 lands in end. Yeah, I mean, a card's worth less, but if some people can't read them, it's worth even less. But I guess if, Spymaster's Vault. Fiber internet. Yeah. The internet was so fast that that person saw the future. Alright, so their hand is just Purge and 2 mystery cards. I think they have Gore in hand because they main phase the Surveil. So if they get another legend. Ay ay ay. They're reaching the 7 mana threshold. Man, I had like what, 4 swamps in a row on top of my deck? Oh madonna mia. Die opponent, let's go, please. Please click those buttons. Wow, look at this impressive chat box of Drago for 7 turns in a row. Very impressive chat box here. Hope they ran out of surveillance. Well, actually, I played Soul Spike before MH3 too, with the Blackburn. Some people commented that they got that they bought the Soul Spike deck. Sorry, the Soul Spike for the Mono Blackburn deck. But it goes Goria on Satoru to draw a card. And then they play Jace Verin's Prodigy. Well, actually, Jace Verin's Prodigy is pretty good with Goria. Can I draw a spell? No. Can I draw a spell? Opponent's gonna flip Jace next turn. Does it do anything? I should have played land here. Spymaster's Vault. That was a big mistake. Alright, didn't matter. How important is Soul Spike for Mono Black? I think very important. You can probably play without it. Just play 4 March, 4 Sorin. But obviously your deck's gonna be worse. What's my opinion on Flash? Will it drop? My Mengucci Finance take is that Flash will not drop. I mean, everything drops, but not too much, at least. It's a very good card. And when they'll ban Nadu, I don't want to say everything will gain price, which is not true. But, you know, definitely don't lose price. Okay. Will I draw a spell? Am I dead on board? No. Ooh, Sapphire Coliseum. Do I have Threshold? I don't. What about Nethergoyf? Nethergoyf is a card that whenever I see it, I'm sad because I spent 35 euro each on them. I guess I thought it was good. Buy high, never sell. Alright. Let's hope my opponent doesn't do the thing anymore. We didn't. We didn't. So I have to choose a deck after this video. Yeah, keep this hand. I'll bottom Soul Spike. And I was thinking about playing the blue-black frog. You bought 4 Sorin when they were 30 each. Wait, Sorin was 30 each? At what point? Oh, 30 cents. Nah, I think like it's fine to spend 20 euro on Sorin. Maybe 15. I don't know. I think it's important for this deck. Like, you do need life gain for Necro. You go your sword for 7 each. Nice. I paid them, well, I opened one, and then I bought another one for 20 from a friend. Buying at any price is okay as long as you play it. Yeah, but we're a Magic player. We have to think about value. It doesn't matter that you play it. You have to think about value. It's all about that. That's the main reason why people play Magic. It's not to gameplay. It's to buy the cards at a lower price so that you feel smart. Everything else doesn't matter. All right, goodbye, hand. It's been a pleasure meeting you. You play Magic only to feel smart. That's and not in the game, in the finance. Oh, un altro bel Sorin, buono. I mean, I played two. All right. Pass. You bought 4 Sorin, sure, but don't play 4. Play 2. 2, I think it's maximum. Unless you can't afford the Soul Spikes, then you have to play some other life gainers. No, I don't like the stories of people bragging about their purchase. I like the stories of people saying they spent a lot of money on bad cards. That's the stories I like to hear. All right. Wheels fell off, I guess. What of 1/2s? I don't know. It'll definitely be interesting to see what the Necrodominance build settle. I like this list. Maybe we can play more Profane Tutor if there's less Teferi around. But overall, I think this deck is good. Yeah. Thank you for watching. If you're watching YouTube, make sure to subscribe to the channel.